What's up, guys? For today's watch review, we're talking about the Timex Expedition Atlantis. Let's do a quick 360, starting off with the black version. And then the metal version. Disclaimer, this isn't all metal, just the band. Portions of the band are metal, but this is just colored plastic, unfortunately. Alright, let's go straight to the talking points. So, most important is price, budget friendly. Both of these are the same price, I think. They both go for around $30. So, definitely easy watches to buy. Next item, tactical, schmactical, dressy, or casual. I would say tactical. I think it could be a tactical watch. At 100 meters water resistance and durable enough, I think it'll survive anything that a military service member or law enforcement officer will put it through. And also casual. I would say dressy is kind of pushing it. I wouldn't recommend ever wearing a watch like this in a formal occasion. Next item is functions. So with functions, you've got, well, let's zoom in. You've got your stopwatch, and the buttons are labeled here. So this is start and split, and this is stop and reset. Alarm, timer, time 2, and back to main time. So not super fancy functions, but more than enough for what the average everyday person needs in their watch. Illumination, let me go ahead and turn off the lights. As you can expect with any Timex watch with Indiglow, illumination is going to be fantastic. This is the button right here. And it's not a timed backlight. It's just, it'll light as long as you have the button depressed. And if you can hear, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's that buzzing, which I really like. It's super retro. The fact that you can hear the light whenever it turns on. Alright, next item is visibility. 10 out of 10. No complaints with visibility. If you can see, when the light falls on it at the right angle, it almost glows green, which makes it super easy to see in the sunlight. I mean, at any light really, at any angle. I wish more watches came out with this retro kind of old school looking look. Next item, button and crown placement. No complaints there. The buttons are stiff enough and angled enough to where any kind of hand flexion isn't going to accidentally depress the buttons. And next item, band quality and comfort. So for the rubber band, I mean, for $30, it's pretty flimsy, pretty weak. So I would expect if you wore this watch 24/7, you wore it in the shower, your soap got on it, I wouldn't be surprised if it fell apart quickly. But obviously you can just change it out really easily with a NATO band or something more durable. As for the steel or the metal band, it's alright, you know, it's not the greatest. It's very flimsy, but another good thing is it's very light, so that's a plus. The metal links are held together by these rubber links, so I don't know how long that's going to last. For me, I'm pretty easy on my watches, so I imagine this watch will last me a long time. But if you're very rough on this one, then I'm sure you'll probably have to replace it soon. Either way, for the price, I think they're perfectly acceptable. And last but not least, overall, should you buy? So in my opinion, I absolutely love this watch. I don't know what it is. I mean, if you watch my reviews, you'll know that I've got a bunch of watches that are quite expensive. And those aren't even the most expensive watches I have. But something about these cheap, old, almost tacky looking watches, they really get me. They really turn me on, as much as a watch can turn you on. I don't know what it is. For me, they just have this factor that really does it for me. I'm sure, some of you guys have that one thing that really does it for you. I think maybe it's just because I grew up with watches like this. So that's just what it is, maybe. I don't know. I can't explain it. And surprisingly, these are actually kind of rare. Maybe maybe rare is not the right word to use, but they're not as easy to get as other digital watches. I don't know if they're like seasonal or if they just sell out really quickly, but whenever they're available, they're not available for long. So yeah, I would say they probably have a cult following because, if you look at the original Atlantis 100s, they came out at a time when regular digital watches were kind of high tech and quite expensive. So the fact that Timex was putting out digital watches that were affordable to anyone, I think that really made a lasting impression for most people. So, if you can get your hands on one of these, then I say get one, even if you don't like it, just to appreciate the history of the digital watch. I would say it's worth getting. $30 you're not going to lose. And trust me, you're going to end up wearing it because they're so easy to wear. They are so thin and so light that, like, for me, one thing that bothers me is when I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, it's always going to catch on the watch. For this one, it doesn't. It's so slim and slender that, the shirt's just going to ride over it, no problem. And doing any kind of physical activities, this is like wearing air. So, even looks good, in my opinion. That's really all I got to say, though. Super happy with this watch. I think you will be too if you can get your hands on one. Very fun. Anyways, that's all I got to say. I hope this helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching and tune in for my next episode. All right, bye.